Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Cracking Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. Today we are cracking open a case of Guilds of Ravnica for Untouchables, located here in Milton. As you can see, we have their lovely mat here. Let's get right into box number one, right? You can see we're super classy here, opening these cases with our keys today. You want to get the garbage can, or...? Yep, sounds good. All right, let's get right into it. All right, first uncommon, Affectionate Indrik, Boros Challenger, Pilfering Imp, and our first rare is a Blood Operative. All right, we got a bunch of people here in the store, which is awesome. So you might hear some background noise. That's all right. We got a League Guild Mage, Demotion, Goblin Banneret, and Narcomobia as your rare. Not a bad little rare to start things off. Second pack in, get a pretty good modern staple card.
Any notable uncommons for this side as well?
There aren't really. You know what? I'm super stoked about that card. It's only 20 cents.
Really?
Yeah, right? Like, I feel like it's going to see play. It's going to see play. I'll put them aside for you.
No, don't worry about it.
Undercity.
We'll deal with that after.
Conclave Guildmage, and Omnispell Adept. Hey, you want a foil rare? How about a foil Niv?
What? Oh, dirty. If I still played Commander, I'd be all over it.
It's pretty sweet, actually. Nice little foil legendary dragon. Who can say no to that?
I would be all over it.
Not many people, let me tell you. Pretty nice hit for the first foil rare, that's for sure. Flower and Flourish, Rock Charger, Inspiring Unicorn, and Temple Garden, first Shockland. There it is. One Shockland down. All right. Swarm Guildmage, Orc-Ran Assassin, Rampaging Monument, and our rare here is Deafening Clarion, and a foil Burglar Rat. Yes, Burglar Rat is a sweet card.
That and the 3-drop enchantment that makes you just...
Oh man, yes. Yeah, with the Surveil. Night Veil Predator. Yes. Goblin Crater Maker. Speaking of, there it is, Disinformation Campaign. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, use hand lock control.
And another Shockland, Overgrown Tomb.
Nice.
2 Shocklands in, and another foil, Molder Hulk. There it is. Foil Niv. Guild Summit. Invert and Invent, the card that got errated on day 1, just so that we're clear. Dimir Spybug. And Light of Legion. Light of the Legion. What's up?
Wondering about the errata. Like, what was errata about?
Oh, it doesn't say until end of turn on it. So it says switch power and toughness, and then they forgot to print until end of turn.
Oh gosh, that's perfect.
Price of Fame, Integrity and Intervention, Street Riot, and Emera, Soul of the Accord. We're going to try to keep these videos nice, short, and sweet as much as we can. Crackling Drake, Selective Snare, Goblin Banneret, and Mission Briefing. Another cool little rare card for your Surveil decks.
I'm not as excited about this set as I was last.
Conclave Tribunal, Harkrull Harpooner, Crush Contraband, and Legion Warboss. A literal Warboss.
I love that.
There he is.
I think Goblin Tribal's got a lot of
Hey, Goblins are always a sweet deck.
people like what's it called?
Can't complain when they get beef, that's for sure.
Goblin Crater Maker.
Smelt Ward Minotaur,
I like that card.
Flower and Flourish, Silent Dart, and our first mythic in this box, a Chance for Glory.
We're gonna have another 7 mythic deck.
Okay, so this is an interesting thing to note. Your second foil rare for the box, and it is a Light of the Legion. Now, to note, You may have not seen my first box opening yet, or maybe you have by this point, I'm not sure, but I opened the same 2 foil rares in my first box. Draco Genius and Light of the Legion. Very strange. Or not Draco Genius, but Niv Mizzet. And Venerated Loxodon. So it's interesting that the foil rares are the same in 2 different boxes from 2 different cases. It's interesting. Be interesting to see if there's some sort of pattern with the foil rares. Price of Fame, Truefire Captain, World Soul Colossus, and another Narcomovia. Very nice. Very nice. 2 modern staples. Very good. Another Affectionate Indrik, Boros Challenger, District Guide, and a Bounty Agent, the card that everyone gets confused about in Limited, because it only blows up legendaries. So it's not very good in Limited. No, there's not very many legendary creatures or legendary permanents in Guilds of Ravnica at this moment in time.
Yeah, Dominaria.
Correct. So it'll be very good in Standard, probably. Murmuring Mystic, Thought Erasure, Sprouting Renewal, and Tajik, Legion's Edge. Nice little Boros man. There he is. Yep. Here we are, Necrotic Wound. This is the card that we were talking about just a moment ago at the beginning of the video. Uncommons of note. This card is currently only worth 20 cents. I think it will see a lot more play than people are imagining. It's a 1-mana instant that exiles things. And it doesn't have a condition the same as like Fatal Push, for instance. Right? Like Fatal Push destroys it if it's 2 or less, and if you've had something removed, then it's 4 or less.
It's just bad early game.
Right? It's bad early game, but like
it's like a -3/-3 lightning bolt.
it really depends, right? Because in the right, there's a lot of graveyard shenanigans in Modern.
Surveil feeds that.
Yeah, but let's talk about Modern.
Yeah.
How many graveyard shenanigan decks are there?
A lot.
Right? That just pitch cards to the yard on like every turn. Right? Thief of Sanity as your rare. So I mean, like,
That card's gross too. Man.
you got a Ral. You got a Ral token there. Nice to see. Well, I mean, like, that's what you hope for, right? We're only 1 mythic in on this box. Truefire Captain, District Guide, Selective Snare, and a Quadris Duplicate. Is that in shot? It is. Good. Sometimes these packs open, and sometimes they just kind of like rip to shreds. Demotion, Conclave Cavalier, Krull Swarm, and a Niv Mizzet Parun. There it is. What do we got here? Uncommons. Hazda Marshall, Flight of the Equinox, Silent Dart, and Unmoored Ego. We're about halfway through the box now. Halfway through the box. What do we got here? Might of the Masses, Glaive of the Guild Pact, Thought Erasure, and your second mythic for the box, a Nullhide Ferox. Nice big 6/6 hexproof, right? Can't really complain too much about that. Chemister's Insight, Book Devourer, World Soul Colossus, and Chamber Sentry. Worse Walking Ballista. I think that's what someone explained it to me in Sealed, and I was like, it's not really Walking Ballista at all. But okay. All right, what do we got here? Whispering Snitch, Justice Strike, Glowspore Shaman, and Risk Factor. It's an interesting little card. This card's got a couple dollars to it as well. Basically a new Browbeat, only a little bit better.
Whispering Snitch. As if you're being loud about it.
Whispering Snitch.
Flavor text on it's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Sure, here things are good.
Gatekeeper Gargoyle. The Wee Dragonauts. They're back again. Lotleth Giant. And our rare is an Assure or Assemble. And another foil. You've had a lot of foils in this one. Sitting at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? 8 foils so far? It's pretty good considering we still have a third of the box left. Join Shields, District Guide, Discovery and Dispersal, and Chromatic Lantern. It's a nice little hit as well.
I was mad about that.
What, you were mad about the reprint of Chromatic Lantern?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had one.
So?
I didn't
They were only like $8 to $10.
But it got announced as I was trying to sell it.
Undercity, Necrolisk, City Watch Sphinx, Hellkite Whelp, and Gruesome Menagerie. There it is. Another foil, a True Fire Captain foil.
Louis, I need you to move your bag because the D&D guys are using this table here. We got a while.
It's alright. Ladev Champion, Guild Summit, Wand of Vertebrae, and a Sacred Foundry. There you go, 3 Shocklands. We're 3 Shocklands in. 2 Mythics in this box so far. We gotta hope we find another. We gotta find a run of Mythics here in the last row. Electrostatic Field, Sinister Sabotage, Sunhome Stalwart, and another. There you go. Okay, so another Mythic. Mnemonic Betrayal. The big Demir sorcery. I had a guy use that against me in Sealed the other day, and it did almost nothing. And I was like, this card seems not great in Limited. Maybe he was just using it wrong, I don't know. But like he like used it and then like he cast Might of the Masses from my graveyard.
Yeah, Sinister Sabotage is at the promo. It's really cool.
Oh yeah? Nightveil Sprite, Legion Guildmage, Inescapable Blaze, and Citywide Bust. The good old board wipe in white. But only for creatures with power, with toughness 4 or greater, which is kind of interesting. Good for your white weenie decks, that's for sure. Arboretum Elemental, Enhanced Surveillance, Circuitous Root, and Midnight Reaper. Alright, we need what? 1 more Mythic, and we would like 1 more Shockland, right? At least? Seems like a good... That seems like a healthy goal to have for this box. Golgari Raiders, Whispering Snitch again, Krull Swarm, and Guild Mage's Forum as your rare. Alright. What we got here? Beacon Bolt, Flight of Equinauts, Grappling Sundrew. Oof. Man, I almost wanted to say Sandshrew. You know, that's a Pokemon, right? Drowned Secrets. There you go. And we got another foil. Wow, so many foils. We're up to 10? 10 foils in one box is pretty heavy on foils. I would say you normally get on average like somewhere between 7 to 8 foils. Beam Splitter Mage, Plague Crafter, Swath Cutter Giant, and there's our 4th Mythic, Underrealm Lich. Yes, very interesting. Actually, so I mentioned it in one of my other videos, but someone brought it up on Twitter about how does it work with Sylvan Library? Think about it. Rock Charger, Sprouting Renewal, Status and Statue, Pelt Collector. Well,
Get 9 cards?
the interesting thing about it is that I don't know the official ruling, but I think you still have to pay the life to Sylvan Library if you keep the cards, because it's the second part of Sylvan Library, right? It's draw. You may draw 2 additional cards, and so then this replaces the draw mechanic to say instead of drawing 1, you draw 3 and keep 1, and bin 2, right? So you would look at 9 cards, and you have the possibility to keep 3, right?
Yeah.
But if you keep the 2 of the 3, you have to pay for 4 life for each one before the first that you keep still, right? So, interesting little mechanic. Lava Coil, Molder Hulk, Golgari Findbroker, and Knight of Autumn. All right, 2 packs left. We need 1 more Shockland from this box, right? That's what we're hoping for.
This card is
Hazda Marshall, Plague Crafter, Gird for Battle, and a Find and Finality. All right, last pack. What do we think? What are we thinking, everybody?
Berserk.
Yeah, you're thinking Ral? Get a 5th mythic. Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't put it past it.
5th mythic.
We've had that happen.
That's the manager of the store there asking for a 5th mythic. Chemistry Insight. Disinformation Campaign. Inescapable Blaze. And how about an Ionize?
That's pretty good too.
All right, we'll take it. Counterburn, right? So there you go, everybody. 4 mythics, 3 shocklands, 10 foils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foils, 2 of which are rare. Pretty good box. I would say 2 pretty good box. You also got 2 Narco Moebas, or Mobias, or whatever, however you pronounce it, and a Chromatic Lantern. You hit some pretty good rares in this box. And you hit a decent number of shocklands, and you got 2 foil rares. I think it's a pretty good pull. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I've been your host, MrBevers. This has been Untouchables Milton. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.